Okay, this is the cam-driven fuel pump right here. The stock fuel pump is up here. The mounting flange comes out to about here. This is just a metal bracket that holds fuel lines, the turbo inlet pipe. Turbo would sit here. It's not bolted on, I got it down there. And there's a turbo inlet pipe, which is this, actually bolts on right in there like that, and it goes on the stud right here. This bracket is actually not necessary. You don't actually need to bolt this on. So this bracket can actually go if it has to in the design. If you notice, there's a fuel line. This is the high pressure line that comes out. It goes around this part. This is the EGR. It goes around here and under here to a banjo type fitting right here on this fuel rail. It basically just comes under this water manifold right here and then wraps around to there. This can be redone by any hydraulic hose manufacturer, so this isn't real critical. The cam itself is a tri-lobe cam. The lobes are spaced evenly at 120 degree intervals. The location of this pump is not critical in that design. What's critical is the hydraulic frequency. If you put this pump at, or the additional pump at 120 degrees, it would serve to effectively double the pressure spikes in the hydraulic system, which you don't really want to do. It would be better to have it and put the pump at 60 degrees or put it at 150 degrees, which at 150 degrees you're looking at basically like that. At 150 degrees, which I think would be more optimal, because I would wonder about this fitting right here hitting on this electrical plug. So I think at 150 degrees it would be optimal, because you'd have the plug, this plug right here, facing downwards. Normally there's a bracket that bolts on over this area. It bolts on right here and right there, and I believe also right there and right there, and it fits over this whole area. I don't think that this bracket is critical for anything. I think it mainly serves to just protect the area. I don't think it actually serves any functional purpose, at least as far as I can tell. It may also be for noise reduction, which isn't critical. This bracket right here, this controls a flapper system, which is mounted, well, you can't really see it right in here. This flapper system is also not critical. It can be deleted, and this whole bracket can go. This electrical connector just goes to the actuator here. This right here is for a fuel line. This is for an electrical wiring harness. It's not critical. There's an electrical wiring harness that goes through here, but also not critical. And there's a couple of bolts that go on here for additional fuel lines. These are some of the additional lines right here. These are not critical. They don't need a support. I mean, they're rubber hoses. These right here are also not critical to the design. So I think if you mount it in at 150 degrees relative to the existing flange, or perhaps even if you move this existing flange, say another 10 degrees downwards, I think that would be about the most that you could do, because you have a bolt right here for this water manifold, and if you move it down too much, it's going to interfere with getting this bolt out, and that would be one of the more critical things. Also, this doesn't go, I don't know if you can notice, but this is metal right here, and the way this design is, it's basically a straight shot downwards, where if you move it down at an additional angle, you're going to have to bend the line to go around. It would add additional restriction to the line and probably additional complexity. I think ideally, if this flange right here stayed the same, and there was another flange added in, you know, parallel to my hand, say about here at 150 degrees, that would probably be ideal. These are the two mounting bolts right here that you would have to contend with. These can be moved. I'll shoot you a video of where they bolt into. They don't actually bolt into the head, they bolt into a bearing cap, and that bearing cap can be redesigned at will. So this bolts into the head right here, but this can actually be, if we delete this shroud that goes around here, we can actually move this bolt down here without any real difficulty. This can be moved, and this can be moved. Both of these mount into that bearing cap, which is located in here. That bearing cap would be an easy redesign. I don't have one handy. I'll pull one out and show it to you. But these bolts can be moved relatively anywhere. You can move this one this way without interfering with the pump. Additionally, we can move this or even delete it outright. I don't know that all of these bolts are critical to the design, but it would be nice probably to move this one down here to get it out of the way. This one can be rotated up closer to where perhaps this one is, you know, half the distance, like maybe say where this clip is, move it up here. That way you'd have a straight shot into where the cam lobe is, and you know, you wouldn't have this bolt in the way. Like I said, this whole bracket can be deleted without any real difficulty, so this bolt hole right here is not of particular worry. If you need measurements, I can do a drawing that shows the measurement of all of these bolt holes if you just let me know exactly what you need on here. I can do that. It's not a problem at all. And if you need me to ship you this bearing cap, I can do that as well. That's not any difficulty. I've got a couple of them laying around here. If you notice, here's a head over here. This is what the head itself looks like. This is that lower hole where the cover goes. And these two right here, this is where the existing one bolts in. You can see it's a little larger for it to fit in. This is another one. This one, I don't know, that one's not used at all in this design. I think that's actually an oil. Yeah, that's an oil hole. These two are the ones that are used on it. But if you moved it down here, you could have the pump coming in this direction, because you'd probably have to bore out, you know, something in here, and you wouldn't be able to use this hole. But if you moved this down here, you could still retain use of that volt hole. Let me shoot a video of this bearing cap that goes in here, and we'll call it a day on this.